Outdoor Magazine.
This is not a book buck, but he's beautiful.
It's the most exciting hunt I think I've ever been on in my life.
75 yards in front of that blind right now. There's 3 toms in full strut.
That is a nice walleye in anybody's book.
He crossed the river. We found him here this next morning.
That is a big, big buck. Ooh, baby. Yes. There, he's out.
Bring him hard, bring him hard.
That is pretty cool. You know those days you dream about all year long? This is one of them.
Jay's Outdoor Magazine is brought to you by the Hunter Safety System, Diamond Archery by Bowtech, Offshore Tackle and Riviera Trolling Systems, Rivers West and H2P, and by Jay's Sporting Goods, the gear, the knowledge, the tradition of Jay's.
Coming up this week on Jay's Outdoor Magazine. First, we'll head to Mexico on a bird hunt with pro staffers Mark and Mary Romanak. Then we'll get some advice from the folks at Jay's Sporting Goods on taking care of your hunting dog. Next, we'll follow 2 young Michigan hunters into the field as they take their first bucks. And we'll wrap up a busy week with some advice from the folks at Whitetail Select on frost seeding a food plot. Glad you're with us.
Hi, I'm Mark Romanak, and welcome to Mike Avery's Outdoor Magazine. I'm on location near Zacatecas, Mexico, with Sierra Madre Hunting and my good friend here, Armando Klein. We're getting ready to start a hunt. Armando, you want to tell us a little bit about what your operation has to offer us?
Sure. We have in this ranch wing shooting, which is mainly combat dove and quail hunt, as well as duck and waterfowl. And we have another ranch with spring goose turkey, as well as coos deer in the winter.
Sounds like it's a very game-rich area around here.
Yeah, we have a lot of game around.
Mark is hunting with his wife, Mary, and an old friend of the Outdoor Magazine show, Bruce DeShano of Offshore Tackle. Bruce is well known for pioneering Great Lakes trolling techniques, but he's also an avid hunter.
Baby one. First one. Now we know what we're hunting for.
Also on this trip, Mark Godman, a veteran quail hunter in his home state of Kentucky.
Getting ready to work on a few of their birds for them. We're expecting a great hunt.
Well, we're going to do quail, and we're also going to do doves as well, right?
Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
But the quail that we're going to hunt is a little different than what most people think. It's not the bobwhite quail that we're familiar with back home. Can you tell us a little bit about the quail we'll be looking at?
Yeah, this is a scale quail, which is commonly named as the blue quail as well. They run a little bit more than the bobwhites, and but it's pretty much the same honey.
What I found interesting is we were talking before that you said that you don't use dogs. Why don't you use dogs? Most people associate quail hunting with dogs.
Yeah, the problem here is that there's a lot of thorns in the area, so the dogs get really harmed.
So it's basically groups of hunters pushing through the cover?
Yeah, and we have bird boys with us, so there's no way the birds can go between us.
Well, good. Well, I'm looking forward to that. Sounds like that's going to be a lot of fun. I've never harvested a blue quail, so I'm really looking forward to it. You know, I really love the wing shoot.
Yeah, you're going to love it, and you're going to have a good time.
Awesome.
Time you can push birds up. I think we're all ready. So just turn the switch. Boys, I did well on that one. Well, appreciated that.
Come on, little blue quail. Show yourself. Sometimes these birds give themselves away. Quail! I believe it's going to get interesting here, folks. Right now we got the wind at our back so those birds can hear us coming. Oh, look at them get up. There. I shot a dead bird. I hate when that happens. Hold up. That is exciting stuff.
Nice shooting. That was a great drive. We need some more of them. They're beautiful birds. Just about as pretty as old Bob White's in Kentucky. Well, I definitely miss my dogs. This terrain is definitely too rough to put a dog in. You would destroy the little guys. And no way I'd put a dog, but now to walk up quail hunting, I've never seen nothing like it. And anybody that likes quail hunt or shoot, I would recommend it to anyone. It's just totally top shelf.
It didn't take the group long to get used to hunting without dogs, but there's something else different about bird hunting in Mexico you just can't ignore.
You know, if you get lonely while you're in Mexico, you can always snuggle up to one of these cactus. They'll keep you warm at night, guaranteed.
Well, you gotta be careful everywhere here with everything's got a thorn on it, no matter if it's a little tiny bush or a great big tree.
Hey, yay, Chihuahua! Ah! Got a...
Ouch, Chihuahua. Man, did I walk into that cactus. It nailed me big time. They're everywhere, and when the shooting gets exciting, man, I'm telling you, you're gonna get stuck. Look at another quail going down. I'm a little incapacitated at the moment. One of the tips that I would recommend is the bird pants, of course, are essential, but even these type of bird pants that are traditionally very effective at places where you hunt pheasants or grouse or woodcock, they're not heavy duty enough for all the spines and cactus and birds and other things that are down here. What I recommend you do is get yourself a pair of those slip over chaps and put them over top of your bird pants. That's what I'm doing when I come back.
Jay's Outdoor Magazine is brought to you in part by the American Broadhead Company, makers of the Sonic and Liberty heads. Jay's Outdoor Magazine is brought to you in part by the Dow Chemical Company.
Welcome back to Jay's Outdoor Magazine. This week, we're bird hunting in Mexico with Outdoor Magazine pro staffers Mark and Mary Romanak and a couple of their hunting buddies. They're hunting with Armando Klein of Sierra Madre Hunting in Old Mexico.
We're sitting in the middle of a 300-year-old hacienda that's been in the Klein family for over 100 years. Just a beautiful, beautiful facility. Armando, if a person comes down here to wing shoot, what can they expect for their money? How does a hunt package come together?
Well, we include, of course, the lodging, meals, beverages, the hunting license. You can use one of our shotguns, transportation from the airport, and of course, all the fun of the hunt.
Wow, so it sounds like it's pretty much inclusive. You just got to get here, you know, by whatever air carrier you choose to get here by, and then after that, you pretty much take care of the show.
That's correct.
Outstanding, absolutely outstanding.
You know, when you come all the way down to Mexico, you have two options when it comes to firearms. You can bring your own down. Unfortunately, there's a fee involved and some paperwork, or you can borrow them from the outfitters. Frankly, I recommend that you borrow them from the outfitters. They provide top-notch guns, like look at these here. This is a Beretta 391 Eureka, and this is a Beretta Extrema. Now, you might look at these and say, well, those aren't quail guns. You know, those are duck or goose guns. Actually, they're very good quail guns. Higher volume of shooting that you get down here calls for auto-loading shotguns. Most people would think of quail hunting, they think of over and unders or side-by-sides. Down here, you shoot so much, your shoulder's going to get beat up with those guns. Gas-operated auto-loaders like this, the way to go. Holy smokes, was that awesome. First time in my life I ever unloaded a gun on quail. I know, you've been quail hunting a lot longer than I have. I mean, that impressed me. That had to impress even an old-timer, a veteran like yourself.
I don't know who that wouldn't impress.
Well, I know one thing. I stood in one spot and emptied my gun 5 shots. I never did that on a covey rise before. Incredible.
I think I may empty my whole box right there.
I tell you what, it's pretty hard to beat Mexican quail hunting.
Just like bird hunting anywhere, good habitat is the key to holding good numbers of birds.
Anytime you get to the point of getting near the end of these fields, you got to be ready. These birds like to run. They pack up in the ends of the fields. This one looks particularly good. The cover's getting thicker. There you go. There's a bird. There's two. definitely get nervous when they get down here in the bottom of the field. One of the most important things about hunting these quail without dogs is you just got to go really, really slow through this heavy cover. What it does is it allows you to get closer to the birds before they bust, and it prevents those birds from skirting you and getting around you. It makes them nervous, and we're getting more flushes. So as slow as you go when you're hunting these scaled quail.
That slower pace is not only more effective, it makes for an easier hunt too.
Well, it sure made it a lot easier for me. We got good shooting, and I'm not out of breath. And
I got short little legs.
and we can look for the cactus a little better.
Right.
Yeah, these looks like these small areas is kind of islands out on these big crop fields is a place to hunt because you can congregate the birds, push them to the edge, and then we can do what Bruce likes to do best, and that's pull the trigger.
Pull the trigger.
Woo. Yeah.
But it's not just quail that make this part of Mexico a great destination for wing shooters.
We're just getting set up for a dove hunt here in Zacatecas, Mexico, and they've got us set up in a kind of a pasture of cactus, but there's horses in here and there's cattle that's moving around in this area. There's a water hole nearby. We've been seeing some mourning doves and also white-winged doves flying around here. So with a little bit of luck, we're going to get a mixed bag of doves tonight. Better quit while I'm ahead here. Gracias. Beautiful. Look at these little guys, Mary. There's a lot of shooting. My pile didn't get much bigger.
Mark wasn't the only hunter after doves on this night. His wife, Mary, was set up in a great spot, too.
We're sitting here underneath a mesquite tree, which is going to offer some great cover. Got a water hole at our back. In about a half hour or so, we should just be rained on upon with doves. I daylighted them a lot. Obviously not enough. What am I doing wrong? I can't seem to hit a darn thing.
You're doing fine, okay?
Ah!
You're doing fine. Can I give you a couple of quick pointers?
Yeah.
Some of the things I think you're doing wrong. But one of the things is you're putting most of your weight on your back foot. You're kind of leaning back when you're shooting like this, okay? Put your weight on your front foot. Lean back into the gun, okay? And I'm noticing that you seem to be shooting high on a lot of the targets. I think that's because your face is too high on the stock. So try to bring your face down tighter on the stock. So lean into the gun, bring your face down tight to the stock. And see if that helps you a little bit, all right?
Will do.
Good luck.
Baby. Did you pull his head off? Did he pull his head off?